To make themselves suited to their environment or on the place where they live, animals use different special adaptations. Animals are well known for their ability to adapt in their environment. Adaptation is the ability of a living organism to make adjustments to survive in a specific environment. And these adjustments must be made for protection, reproduction, and for obtaining and eating food. There are animals which develop adaptations to protect themselves from enemies and predators. Some animals release foul-smelling substances to irritate or intimidate their predators. Examples of these animals are the bombardier beetles, the millipede, and the hoatzin bird of the Amazon. Appearing bigger is also an adaptation that animals do to scare their predators away and to get their food. And some animals that use this adaptation are the cobra, pufferfish, and the frilled lizard. Venomous animals are those animals that deliver or inject venom into other animals. In the wild, the most colorful insects or animals are the most poisonous ones. Crypsis is the ability of animals to remain unnoticed by other organisms. Camouflage is under visual crypsis, like mimicry, while nocturnality is a kind of behavioral crypsis. Mimicry happens when an organism copies or mimics the properties of another organism, usually a poisonous or dangerous one, to confuse its predators. Camouflage uses various materials, coloration, or illumination to conceal an animal. To lessen the risks of being attacked by a predator, animals live in groups. They would take turns in looking for would-be predators and issuing warning when one is around. Vipers, pythons, and boas have holes on their faces known as pits that help them detect warm bodies up to a meter away. Some animals exhibit reproductive adaptations which include behaviors that allow them to obtain or find a mate. Finding a mate is the first step of animals in ensuring that their species continue to exist by reproducing or producing offspring. Animals employ various adaptations to guarantee this. A female firefly sends visual signals to lure a male. The same tactic is used by female celid fireworms that live on the seafloor. The flashlight fish also uses light in order to attract mates and small prey at night because of the bacteria that live in the sac under their eyes. For the purpose of attracting a mate, there are animals which display their colorful body markings, some of which are the speckled darters, the male peacock which shows off its colorful feathers to attract females of its kind. Flamingos also add natural color to their feathers to attract mates. They get the natural colorant from a gland at the base of its tail and use it while preening the feathers. In the behavioral side, male Galapagos giant tortoises challenge each other when trying to get a mate. They will rise on their legs and stretch their necks. The one with the longer neck will win. The winner will then proceed to attract the female by bobbing his head up and down furiously. While the bowerbirds often build a complex structure made from twigs shaped like a small hut to attract a mate, they will then decorate it with different objects as gifts for the lucky female, such as flowers, feathers, stones, or bits of plastic and glass. Certain body parts allow animals to get food, breathe, and move, allowing the animal to adapt to their surroundings. These are structural adaptations. Look at the bird in the picture. It uses its beak to eat the seeds of the fruit. The shape and size of its beak is adapted for pecking on the flesh of fruits and getting the seed from the inside. The mouths of animals are also adapted to the kind of food they eat. The Philippine tamarau below has a mouth and teeth that are intended for biting and grinding grasses. Aside from using their long mouths, they also have sharp claws and tails that allow them to move swiftly to capture their prey. The tongues of the woodpecker, hummingbird, and flamingos help them to obtain food from their environment. In obtaining their foods, some animals also exhibit foraging behaviors. The baboons are large monkeys that live in groups or troops headed by an adult male. Together, they defend the resources and look for food sources. Humboldt squids can also work as a team when attacking fishes underwater. They use their tentacles to grab their prey and drag it to deep waters until it faints. The mantis shrimp uses the great speed and power of its claws to knock down a potential prey. Wrapping up this lesson, animals protect themselves in various ways, using a smelly odor, appearing bigger, using poison or venom, using camouflage techniques, and living in groups. Animals also have specific adaptations for attracting a potential mate and producing their young. And animals have also different adaptations for obtaining and eating foods. Why save endangered animals? A question being asked whenever lessons about animals are discussed. But what do we mean by endangered animals? Aside from becoming few in numbers and are in danger of becoming extinct, the reproductive rates of these animals are lower than their mortality rates, so their number or kind is diminishing. Let us help protect and save these endangered animals, and we can also involve ourselves with the different programs launched by the government toward their protection. Keep on learning, Globalians. See you again online.